In this video I will show you how to perform a basic setup with the start of having a project already created with data imported and activated. I will log in as a portal administrator to the system, and I'll select administrate to come to the administrative side of the system. Here I want to select a project to keep on working with it. I know that the project exists and data has been imported and activated. To find it, I can either search in the search field, either by project code, project name, project manager or created date. Or I can find it in the menus by selecting a folder on level 1, 2 and 3. But I will search for my project. Here you received a one row because it only found one project, and it was the one with intro code number 1. You can see if the project is distributed and approved, and when it was created and by whom. So just click select to get into the project. This takes the user to the administrative page, and just to check if data is imported, there are two ways of doing that. You can either go to activate data and see that this particular line is checked in. This means that the data has also been activated, and you can go to project settings and project status to see the case data status here. And there's a radio button here to click and show you all the questions and answers that has been imported to the project. Click the plus sign to get to the answers. At this point we are basically ready to start in adding content to the portal or designing the welcome page or whatever we want to do. In this basic demo that I'm doing for you now, we will start by adding a very simple portal tab which is called Topline. I will do that by going to the Add Portal tabs menu choice, and I can find it either under the Start menu, or I can search for it in the search menu, or I can find it under Portal Design. But I will actually search for it. Portal tab. This takes me to a page where I can select what kind of portal tab do I want to create. I want to create a Topline report. So I will give it a name, Topline, and press save. At any point where I want to check the result or the progress of my setup, I will go to Design Preview Reports. And here I can find my Topline. The Topline is a rather simple tool which has already a setup when I created it. So I can start using it by clicking Generate Table. And this brings out the frequency of all the questions that I have imported. If you check the Filters tab, you can see that there is no filters available, and this is something I would like to have. I would like to see how this particular data set looks when I'm filtering on gender. So I will close this window down to get back to the administrative page, and I want to add a filter, a global filter which I can use in my dynamic tools or in my static reports. I will basically search for my filter. Filters. This is a page where I define my global filters. This is not actually doing any filtering for me. I'm basically telling the system one of these variables that I've imported, or several, I want to be able to use as filters at some point. You select the ones that you need, and you can change the name. which will be reflected in the reports. Save. If I go back to design preview reports, I will now find in my top line that there are filters available, and now I can filter down on mail and press generate table, and this frequency tells me that it's filtered by gender equals male, and now the data has been changed. I'll close this preview design report again, and I want to change the text of a question to see how the result is when I'm generating the frequency table. So I will search for questions, or I'll just find them under questions and answers and click the questions menu. Here I can find all the question texts that exists in the imported variables, and you can see there are 3 different buttons: edit report text, edit question color, and edit question type. I will just settle with changing the name of something. Prepaid and postpaid, I want that to be named contract type. When I'm finished, I'll press save. Go back to design preview reports, go to my top line and generate a table. Now I want to look for my questions, which are in this box, and here I can find contract type. This was earlier called prepaid or postpaid. I want to add yet another portal tab, but of another kind. So I'll go back to add portal tabs, and I want to create a storyteller. The storyteller is a tool where I can create reports, either semi-interactive or just static reports. So storyteller, and save. This particular tool is set up through the design preview report page. So I'll go back to that one and choose my storyteller. This one ends up at a blank page from the beginning, and you have to add in components to the page in order to show a result. I want to add in a chart, so I'll click that one, and I can see that a box appears. This is a chart box, and I can move it around and resize it to the size that I want. I can either right click on this chart box and find the menu choice edit content, or I can find the menu choice directly on the box here, edit. Here I want to choose a question and a few answers, and go to the preview tab over here to see the results. And this is fine by me, so I'll just press save. You can see the chart disappears, but no problem, you only have to press the update button to make it appear again. And when you're finished with your layout and your content definition, you press save layout. If you want to see how this particular report page looks from the report user perspective, there is a button called preview, and when you click on that, it shows you the report exactly how it will be shown for the report holder, report user. To close this preview mode, you simply click close preview in your upper right corner. If I want to add yet another page, I can go to add slide, and you can see down here that it's 2 out of 2 now, and I can yet add another chart, or several if I want to. I click edit, and I want to show a few brands again. But this time I want to go to settings and show this chart by month. Here you have time selections and interval, and I will show you how it looks when I select month. But then you have to be aware of that perhaps something needs to be considered on the axis and the legends. And I want the time period to be shown on the axis on the standing bar chart. And that one is called column, so I'll change the series type as well. And now I can go to preview, and this is the result. I do not want to show the question text, so I will disable that one and click in show values and take away the decimals. This will make the chart look a little bit more tidy. Also, I would like to be able to understand what question I was reporting on, but since I'm hiding the question text, that is quite hard to do right now. So I'll just double check. Okay, this is spontaneous brand awareness top of mind. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I want to add a headline to this box. So I right click on the box and go to edit header and footer. So this was brand awareness top of mind. Okay, save layout and go to preview. And now I have a storyteller with 2 pages. This is a setup that I am very happy with, and I want to be able to distribute this report to an end client, which is called report users. So I will close this one and go to the menu choice distribute, and you have 2 columns, lock editing and distribute. If you tick in both like that, this will have the effect that the top line will not be able to be edited as long as it's locked, and the distribute means that the end user, report user, will be able to access it if they have access to it. So I will tick in everything and click distribute. I also want to add a report user, and I'll do that by clicking on this button or finding it in the user menus. Add report holder, report user, and type in a username, intro education @upperzoo.com, and I'll just put in everything on in the same fields. And then you have the select reports here, so everything that is ticked in here will be available for the report user. I will click save to make this happen, and I will log out of the system and log in with my new user, and here is my result. I have access to the top line. I can generate and check the changes I made with contract type. I can go to filters and choose the filters that I have defined as global filters and generate a new table. But I can also go to my storyteller to check the result on that one. This is the baseline of Upperzoo Pro. We started off with a project that had data imported and activated, and then we used the functions to change the texts and added in portal tabs and defined the content to them. When we were finished, we distributed the project and added a report user that could log in to Upperzoo Pro and view the result. Thanks.